6. Hello everybody, and today we will be reading Reddit posts with my good friend Austin. So, first post here
Honey Badger
is Am I the asshole for defending my wife after she purposely dumped coffee on a kid? My wife and I are both 34 and kid-free. My brother, Mac, 28, started dating 30-year-old Heather roughly a year ago, and she came with 3 kids. 12-year-old Anna, who is 100% the problem child. The boys 6 and 8 are great. Anna, on the other hand, purposely does shit to piss people off at every turn, and is extremely defiant, and her mother lets her get away with it. We own a camp on the lake, and once a year we host a large barbecue and weekend stay for the entire family. Mac brought Heather and the kids. Anna was a shit all weekend, picking fights with people, throwing tantrums, hitting, etc. And Heather just stood back saying, I don't know why she acts like that, rather than do anything to correct her kid. My wife was getting noticeably more pissed off as the hours progressed, but nothing like yesterday. Yesterday we were all sitting out on the deck, talking, enjoying a coffee, and Anna was underfoot, per usual. She was told to go play with the other kids several times, and she refused, finding excuses to be involved in the conversation, which included picking up a flask of water and swatting flies around all the adults, knocking over our coffee several times. She was also smacking my wife with the swatter, repeatedly saying there were flies on her when there wasn't. My wife at one point looked at Heather and said, either get your kid the fuck out of here, or I'm going to lose my shit. I also spoke to my brother several times about him stepping in. This is following Anna dumping my wife's fresh coffee all over the place, including on her. For the second time, cold coffee. My wife doesn't drink hot coffee. Heather said and clipped, Anna, go play. And that was it. No follow through. Well, Anna comes back right in and slaps my wife on the forehead with a swatter and says, bug, missed him. My wife took her coffee, her third one that she had just made, again cold, and flung it at Anna, covering her. Anna immediately starts crying and Heather flips out. So does my brother, saying that my wife was an immature cunt and that she's just a fucking kid. My wife calmly puts her cup down and continues conversation like nothing happened, as Anna, Heather, and Mac are all flipping out. But then Heather says, do you have anything to fucking say for yourself? And my wife says, don't let the door hit you and your demon spawn in the ass on the way out. Some of the adults are saying maybe an apology is warranted and that we're the assholes for not giving one. I personally don't think so. ETA, what's that, I don't know. There were plenty of times my wife specifically had told Anna to stop, and she had even taken the fly swatter from her at one point. Anna went and mocked my wife and then grabbed a new swatter, while Heather and my brother ignored Anna and what she was doing. Hence why Anna kept doing it. Several times the other adults spoke up to this kid as well, and spoke to Heather about stepping up and telling her kid to stop and actually follow through. Many steps were taken before it got to this point. No, my wife shouldn't have had to remove herself from the equation when it's her property and everything was on her dime. My brother and his sorry excuse of a mom girlfriend should have corrected the issue from the beginning. 12 is plenty old enough to know right from wrong. Even her brothers don't pull that shit. Just a quick ad. It's not my wife's job to set an example like some of you were saying. We're kid-free for a reason. Anna and her excuse of a mother were warned several times by my wife, me, and other adults. Beyond that, it's a them issue. So, Austin, would you say they are the asshole for defending their wife after she purposely dumped coffee on a kid?
Oh, that kid lucky that ain't me. I'd drag that kid up by a head first.
Okay.
I'd be dragging that kid dead straight.
Honestly, I can't even lie.
That kid would not live to see another day.
Oh, I mean that's
that
a little
kid,
far, but
I'm
definitely slapping that kid with maybe coffee. That's
back in the
cold.
old days, Justice, you know what they used to do? They used to hang him upside down.
Oh no, that's a little too far.
Put him on a tree, hang him upside down.
No, I think that's a little much. For just being a little piece of shit.
No, not like that, but like just tie him up to the tree because they were being bad and they would learn their lesson.
I mean maybe. I mean I think everyone learns their lesson after being tied up to a tree. I think that's a little extreme. I'd personally just get some slightly warmer coffee. But let's see what the comments have to say. Warmer. Top comment. And it's not that interesting. Alright, let's go to the next one.
Oh, mercy on my soul.
Alright, this is by No Falcon 7054. Am I the asshole for not wanting to take my husband who left me during a manic episode? The heck's that? Over 2 months ago, my husband told me that he doesn't need me anymore and left me. He claimed he only dated and married me because he was lonely, had low confidence, and didn't really have friends. But then at least had a good social circle and high self-confidence. He doesn't really need me anymore, and I'm only pulling him back. I was absolutely heartbroken and went through a really hard time. I'm still not okay, but I'm doing a bit better now, and I'm trying to focus on self-improvement. Made a plan to run a marathon next year and move to a better country, which my husband was always against. And those two things are what holding me together, basically. However, after not taking to me... Oh, wait, that really was a spelling mistake. After not talking to me at all for 2 months, my husband suddenly wants me back. He says that he went through a manic episode, and that's why he behaved like that. He's seeing a psychiatrist now and claims that he loves me and I miss everything. I don't know enough about manic episodes to be able to tell him if he's telling the truth, or just realized life is not better without me. But I don't care. The past 2 months were incredibly hard on me, and I just can't do this. Most of my friends agree with me, but 2 of them told me that we were perfect together, and if he had a manic episode, that means he was not in control of his actions, and I should not throw away our future because of his mental health issues. Am I the asshole for not wanting to take him back?
No.
No? Yeah, I'm honestly kind of fair with this one. Nah. No, see, that's warranted. That's warranted, you know. You don't leave somebody for 2 months, you know, even if you had a manic episode or whatever that's called. You know, you'd still come to your senses a day later and be able to say something. Not just
Me?
wait 2 months and not say a single thing, you know. I think this is purpose. And he was just trying to get back into the house or whatever, because he realized he couldn't do it. I don't know. Kind of loser.
Me personally, I would never contact her ever again. Never would go to a mental asylum. I would be dead.
Also, I don't even think that person had mental health issues. I think they just said it. Alright, let's go to the next one.
Yeah. 3-6 Mafia. Hey,
Yeah.
oh, flip.
Alright. Am I the asshole for rejecting my husband's offer to join him for a family funeral after he explicitly uninvited me? Oh my Jesus Christ. That's a fucking wall of text. Too long. Yeah, you know what? We're not doing the too long didn't read. You gotta commit.
Okay.
I'll try to keep this brief. Husband, 28 male, and I, 30 female, have been together for a decade. Have a house together, no kids, we both work, we have a couple of dogs, the works. We met in college, I was local, he was from out of state. All of his family therefore lives out of state. When he graduated, we stayed in my state, as he didn't want to move back to his home state. The past week, his grandfather actually passed away. He was over 100 years old, so while the family has been bracing for his passing for a number of years, the actual passing was quite sudden and unexpected. I, of course, was there for him when he found out, helped him and his family in arranging Grandpa's funeral service, etc. They decided an intimate viewing with burial right after. I respect that completely. I asked my husband how he's getting back home in such a short period of time. After the drive, we price check against bus tickets, train tickets, planes, etc. He says he'd like to go alone because he's concerned about finances. And besides, our dog takes daily medications and I need to stay home to manage this. Already let our bosses know I may need to take time off and had already arranged with a neighbor to be on call for medicating our dog. But okay, I understand this point. We can't afford to both get tickets out. That's fine. Just let me know how I can support you, you know? The funeral is planned for Wednesday. He originally says he needs to be there Tuesday, so he'll work on flying out Monday. Then he decides he will just drive and volunteers my car, not his, for the trip. I say that's fine, and since we no longer need to worry about buying tickets, does he want me to join him to support him at the funeral? He says no, that it should just be family, and ultimately he wants to be there 100% for his dad with no distractions. I'm a little hurt, but at the end of the day, it's his family, his grief, and it isn't about me. Then he decides that he should really leave Friday night. Now he has time to get there and spend some time with his family before the funeral, and he won't have to miss work. He says he wants to work from home the Monday and Tuesday, and he will only need to take off Wednesday, and he'll be driving home after. Getting home that night. Okay, seems fair, a little longer than I expected, but again, his family, his job, not my say. Yesterday, he calls me to let us know his family decided to play hooky on Monday and have a big get-together, including his sister and her husband, and his brother and her wife and kids. He also informs me that they will probably stay through the week, so as to not miss any work unnecessarily and return home Sunday. At this time, my feelings are incredibly sore. He's assured me for years that I'm part of his family and that I'm not an outsider, even though I felt that way often. He first disinvited me because of finances. Then, when finances were no longer the issue, he said it was because of it was an intimate family gathering, but his siblings-in-law are welcome. He's concerned about missing work and wants to stay even longer, but is willing to be off his computer Monday without calling off to go to a big impromptu reunion. Then he has my car and leaves me with a busted van for twice as long as he originally was going to be gone. I let him know I was feeling hurt, and even though I knew it wasn't about me, and it was a mournful event, and I didn't hold anything against him. I did feel very specifically excluded, and like I wasn't part of his family. He said I was being selfish, and I've been keeping my distance from him in terms of communication since. Today he
Good
texted me to
job
ask
for
when I
her.
wanted him home, as his siblings were going to take some time off if he were allowed to stay longer so they could all catch up and go out and all that jazz. I told him to just come home when he wanted to and give me 24 hours notice so I could make sure he got home safe. It's a 12-hour drive and we share our locations. I then turned off notifications as it was pretty heated. Nice blowing on my phone saying they want to buy me a one-way ticket out to be with him. At this point I've already told my bosses I won't need the time off. I told my neighbor he won't need to be needed after all. He's already made plans for the week. I made plans to see my friends, work on the house, etc. I called him and said no, that I had been feeling excluded from the start and wasn't going to scramble to make plans to assuage whatever guilt he had for being called out. He said it was a hard week and his grandfather just died and I was being an asshole for not giving him grace and understanding. I feel like I've given him nothing but grace and understanding from the start, so before I say anything, I regret. Reddit, am I the asshole?
Absolutely not. That dude is gay. That's what he is.
Honestly, I feel like this is some type of thing of a, I don't know, like, what would it be, like an affair or
Religion.
something? Like, I can't not be the only one kind of thinking that. I mean, why would
Might
you
be-
keep, trying to extend the date longer, you know? You're already not trying to invite your spouse.
Mhm.
I think it's some
I'll be
Alabama
right
stuff.
back.
He's getting with some, he's having an affair, honestly. That's what I personally believe. You don't stay that long, that's all I gotta say. Anyway. Us, do you have anything to say about this? Other than he's gay? Okay. Alright then, alright. Next, I guess. God dang, I need like some water. Hold on. I'm gonna be reading this damn much. Might as well have something to drink. Alright, Austin, you ready? Yo? Hold on, guys. Austin, you there? You there, mate? Alright, I'm just gonna assume he isn't there right now. He'll come back.
Every whisper,
Oh, there you
every
are.
waking hour, I'm
Alright,
losing my religion.
Poggers.
What's been happening?
Oh, nothing. I was just waiting for you to come back so we could do the next post.
Ready?
Yeah. You ready for the next one, Austin?
Yeah.
Alright. Am I the asshole for soaking my niece with a hose after I was told not to because she was wearing white? Oh no. Oh no. 34 male and a dad of 4, and my babies are 13 male, 11 female, 11 male, and an 8 male. Our youngest has some significant sensory issues and anger management issues, which he is being evaluated for. Important info for context. He's already been diagnosed with ODD, but this goes beyond that. My sister, 34, my twin, has a 12-year-old daughter, Jane, who is a spoiled, rotten kid, as she is an only child, and my sister puts a whole new meaning to gentle parenting. As in, she doesn't parent because her kid is just expressing herself and she doesn't want to parent out her personality, which sucks. I love my niece to the depths of my being, but I do not like her or my sister. I don't know how else to put it. On Saturday, we had a memorial of life service for my uncle who passed away months ago. It was held at my brother's house. There was probably about 12 kids there. We easily got 40 of those 60-pack water balloon things and let the kids go ham. It was a huge ordeal. However, my youngest at some point decided the water was too much for him to handle and said he was done playing and came to sit by me and dry off. He was being great, which I was grateful for because he has a lot of bad days. But my niece kept coming up and throwing more water balloons at him after she was asked to stop. It was causing him to spiral and he starts raging out. Basically, and my sister was telling me to calm down my kid and tell him to stop being a baby. She didn't want to get wet, so every single time he went to throw him back, she would start screaming, telling him to stop. At that point, my sister got involved as well and yelled at my son, saying, "Don't you dare!" She said she's not going to get wet because she's wearing white and it will be see-through. I told her to tell her daughter to stop throwing water balloons at my son because he already said stop, and she said he's already fucking wet. So basically, my niece was perfectly fine to throw shit at my kid, who had asked her to stop repeatedly, but they weren't letting him defend himself. The last time my niece came up to him, I spoke up and said, "Don't think about it." He said no. She didn't listen through it anyways, so I grabbed the hose beside me and drenched her for a solid 30 seconds. She immediately starts crying and covering herself and goes to hang out in my sister's car. My sister starts berating me and stating that I knew it was going to make her see through instead of be a creep anyways. Mom and father kicked her out for that comment. I'm getting texts from my BIL, what the heck does that mean? Whoever, saying that I'm a pig and that what I did was uncalled for and abusive, and that I would never be around my niece again because I was inappropriate. ETA, the dress wasn't even all white. It had a white strip along her stomach. That's the only spot of white that was on her. The rest of the dress was dark. So, Austin, what do you think here?
Me personally, I think that child deserved to get full-on punch in the face.
Oh, God.
And beat up. But since I'm gonna try and keep it child friendly here, that kid deserved a whole lot worse.
Yeah, I agree. Deserved a whole lot worse than that. Honestly, I think they let that one slide a little bit too much, He already said stop like 30 times. Personally, I would have went ham with it, got like some super soaker and just started spraying. And got the kid to throw some water balloons at her. Me personally, of course.
Me personally, I would have flipping aimed for the head and tried to knock her out with a water balloon.
I mean, at least the clothes ain't getting that wet,
Hey, yo. Yeah. Wait, she was wearing a dark dress, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, there's only like one white strip, so it was even worse. Oh, God. I don't think we should do this one. I don't think we're doing that one. I don't think we're doing that one. There was one about not child-friendly stuff, and definitely not YouTube family-friendly. Alright,
let's do it then!
Honestly, no. It's about,
Child predator?
No, Austin, it's not about child predator.
Lesbian sex! Oh, God dang!
No, I mean, it's one of those words. Austin, I'll just read you the thing, but I'm going to remove the bad word. Am I the asshole because I told my girlfriend I'm not having intercourse with her without a condom or without a test? We've been together for a couple months, both in our mid-20s. This is my first adult relationship. She's been with as many as 20 guys before me. Okay.
Oh, God dang, I know it already.
No, hold on, we gotta wait. We haven't had intercourse yet, and I told her because it just hasn't happened. To be honest, I don't feel comfortable having intercourse with her because she's been with so many guys already. I'm a virgin, so I know I don't have any STDs. I'd feel better about the situation if she were a virgin too, but she's not. I'm hesitant. It only takes one person. I flat out told her I'm not going to have intercourse with her unless she gets tested, and I won't ever have intercourse with her without a condom. Am I the asshole? No.
Absolutely not.
Honestly, I think
personally, man has a right to do that in court and also in the bedroom too.
I also feel like that woman may or may not be the right person, just because 20 guys. I feel like that's
20 guys.
Yeah, I feel like that's a person who's gonna have an affair with you after a certain amount of time. That's all I gotta say.
Like after 5 minutes after the breakup, she should probably be with the next dude.
Definitely ain't the person I'd be with. Alright, here we go. Would I be the asshole if I asked my husband, who's been partying all weekend, to stay awake an extra 30 minutes in the morning to see our kids? My female 35 husband, male 39, was away for a work conference last week and decided to stay the weekend there on his own while I stayed home with our two kids, male 8 and male 3. He had a blast living his best child-free life for a couple of days and did a bunch of things we won't do anymore, like renting a bike and go on a mini road trip in the desert, going clubbing until the wee hours in the morning, etc. He got back this morning after a red-eye flight. Our kids were super excited to see their dad again, but they basically sent our youngest away when he tried to sneak into our room to give him a hug and told me that he didn't want to be disturbed as he is, understandably, exhausted after not being able to sleep for 3 nights straight. Our oldest was super sad that he couldn't see his dad this morning, so would I be the asshole if I asked my husband to tough it up and stay awake another 30 minutes so the kid I could see him before I drop him off at camp? I understand he's tired and needs to rest, but I also feel that if he could stay up all night doing fun things for himself, he can also stay up a while longer to make his own kids happy. I don't know. How are you feeling about this, Austin?
I feel kind of weirded out.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that's kind of a middle ground here. I feel like you'd really have to, you really have to consider the person, you know. Like, personally, I'd probably want to let him get his sleep. But, you know, it also made the kids happy since they're going to a camp of some sort. And they're probably not going to see their parents for, like, a couple of months, like a month or two. So...
Hey, probably should I tell that man? I'll tell that old geezer to wake up real quick.
Yeah. But he also, you know, he could be, like, one of those people who, if they don't sleep, get very, very angry. And then it just wouldn't not be a fun experience for the kids, you know. I don't know. I'd give it a little bit
I'll
of
knock
both.
that kid out.
I'd say both sides.
Wait, that's not a kid, that's a...
It is a kid, Aslan.
Oh, it is a kid? Oh.
Yeah, there's 2 kids, and they wanted them to be awake. That way they could say bye to the kids. I don't know. I think that's both. I think it's off on both. Oh, god dang it. God
Me personally, you know what I'd say? I'd try to assert dominance over the dad, beat him up while he's asleep.
No, okay.
Therefore, you assert dominance, and you are now the role leader.
I don't think that's okay. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, there's one that's an update, and I'm not gonna do that one.
Is it bad? Is it real bad, or is it bad?
No, I mean it's just an update. It wouldn't make much sense. Hold on, I might not even be able to.
Why the heck is Yogi the Bear so hard to kill?
Alright, I can't even access that post, so we're just gonna move on. I'll only do the ones that actually work. Unlike that one. God dang, family settings make me want to kill myself. Finally, here we are. Alright, am I the asshole for cutting off my significant other's mom? So me, 21 female, and my significant other, 21 male, just had our baby boy 5 days ago. We told both sides of the family that we wanted to spend the first month with no visitors to the baby. No ways allowed at the hospital either. It wasn't to be petty at all, just an intimate moment we really wanted to share with each other. We explained that after his immune system improved and he got his checkups and tests done, we would start allowing visitors. His mom was completely aware, but the morning I gave birth, she insisted on coming to the hospital and coming up to see the baby. Obviously, he told her no and that we made a game plan already and explained months prior. She then called me and cursed me out and calling me ungrateful and saying that this is horrible parenting, etc. I blocked her. Mind you, I had just given birth at 2 a.m. She called me at 9 a.m. After that, she proceeded to tell my boyfriend that he is wrong for not taking up for her, and that she's his mom, and should be allowed to see the baby. He ended up basically agreeing to allow her to see the baby before the 4 weeks, which she did. I have decided to keep her blocked and far away from me. Am I the asshole for cutting his mother out of my life? Update. Not really an update, lol. I have a lot of people focusing on our 1 month rule. That was not the issue. She was mad that she could not be the first person to see the baby after I gave birth. I do not care if you don't agree with our 1 month rule. We want time to learn our baby, time for him to get his checkups, time to acquire a schedule, etc. Lots of people are ignoring the question, which is if I'm the asshole for blocking her after she cursed me out because she wasn't allowed into my hospital room after I gave birth. I appreciate all the feedback, but there are a lot of comments coming up with their own narrative.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I would say,
it's your property.
be honest, I don't even really care.
Yeah, honestly, it's your property. It's your item,
Yeah.
you know. Do what you want with it.
It's
It's not
yeah.
theirs.
It's your collector's item, so do whatever you want with it.
It's your Funko Pop, so you know you can do whatever you want. I ain't gonna
Yes,
be.
exactly.
I ain't gonna be
It's
judging.
exactly like that.
Am I the asshole for
Hey,
complimenting my
people.
wife in front of my daughter? What? I'm confused on this one. Shortly after I met my wife, she was in a bad car accident that resulted in 2 years of multiple... What happened, man?
I got attacked by a bird.
Oh, God.
Me.
I hate birds.
A
That
bird was
resulted in
trying to touch me inappropriately.
God damn it, us. 2 years of multiple surgeries and PT. She also went to a major depression, gained weight, and stopped taking care of herself through this. Over the last year, she's been working with a trainer she likes and doing a lot of swimming. Through her physical abilities have improved, and she is really feeling great. Her self-confidence has started to come back, so she is doing her makeup and getting dressed again. I've been making sure to tell her how wonderful she looks, and part of that is that she's lost 70 pounds, so that comes up. Recently, my daughter's mom called, daughter's 20, and said that it was cruel that I and everyone else were constantly telling my wife how great she looks and complimenting her while my daughter has issues with her weight. She says that my daughter feels body shamed around me and my wife. My wife has honestly undergone a very major transformation that she has worked very hard for, and I think it's fair for her to get praise and compliments for it. Max also has issues with her weight, has refused to ever get help or get our daughter help. She thinks we're being fat phobic by praising my wife's accomplishments. Awesome. What do you think about this? Before I say anything, 'cause, you know. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Back in the day, that child would be put down.
No,
Back
I
in the
said
day
no.
for fat shaming.
No. We're not going that far.
Put down, like, I mean, not
Slap.
that far, but I mean, like, yeah,
Slap.
put down on the ground, mate.
I mean, that's probably a little far, but I'm definitely saying that child definitely has severe issues and should have been raised better.
That child will have severe issues.
Yeah, you should, if you don't like that you're fat, then make the change, If you don't like that you're fat, that's all I'm saying, If I wanted to lose weight, I could go work out and start eating healthier. There's no issue there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's great. I think that daughter's fucking crazy. Gotta find a new one. Oh,
Yeah,
here we are. Yeah. Am I the asshole for putting a drink cover on my drink on the first date with a guy and then leaving when he forcibly took it off? So this guy at my college asked me for my number and we went to get drinks on our first date. I have a stretchy cloth drink cover that has a hole for the straw, but it's designed to wear so it can't just drop things into your drink. So it was a crowded bar, and I don't really know him that well, so I put it on and he kind of freaked out and said, "Don't you trust me?" It was kind of awkward, and I just said, "Well, there are a lot of people here, so that's to be safe." After a while, I grabbed my cup and took it off. I got really turned off by this and just paid for my drink and left. Am I the asshole? No. I would have to say no on that one. I think that guy was probably going to molest you, so, He was going for the
dog.
I think that man was going for the drugs, and she brought the anti-drug weapon.
Yeah, and he just got mad and...
He got mad that he couldn't drug.
Oh.
Poor guy couldn't drug the drugs.
Gotta hit the maneuvers. Swing. Swing. Gotta hit the gritty on these kids, boy.
Gosh dang it. Austin, I swear to gosh. Why are you gonna hit the gwitty on the AI, Austin? Who can't even hit the gwitty in Far Cry 4?
They were shooting me.
Austin, what you really gotta do there is get out the 1947. Hey, yo! Austin, all you gotta do
Justice, you wanna know something?
What?
An AK-47 is glued to my hand in this cutscene. I'm giving him a flippin' lunchbox.
So it's just an AK-47 for the lunchbox?
Yes, it's an AK-47 and a lunchbox at the same time.
Oh. Alright, Austin,
I'll take a screenshot of it when it pops up.
Alright, I got the next one.
What? Here. Next one?
Yeah. Am I the asshole for getting myself a hotel room after my boyfriend snatched his phone out of my hands when I wanted to take a photo of us with our friends? This sounds weird. My boyfriend, male 34, and I, female 30, were at a festival this weekend and have been staying at his friend's house since we were out of town. We've been dating for 6 years and he's always had a weird thing about his phone. We finally decided to make a big move in our relationship this year, and I
Boy,
moved in with him.
hello.
What?
Housekeeping.
What? My mic should be fine, bro. My mic should be just fine.
I was baptized by the waters.
Austin, I'm still talking, bro. There's no issues. You're just crazy. That's all I gotta say.
Finally, you're back.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. It says I got like some bad ping on the voice call. I don't know. It'll fix itself. I imagine. Unless, hold on. Let me go check something real quick. You know what? Technical difficulties.
Good intentions.
That's, let me just. Oh, we got technical difficulties here, people. I can get it back up. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not positive. I'll be honest. I'm not positive.
A pain in the butt.
There. Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay, I fixed it. I don't know. I think Halo was taking up all the download speed. Alright. Well, let me just restart this, since technical difficulties and all. Am I the asshole for getting myself a hotel room after my boyfriend snatched his phone out of my hands when I wanted to take a photo of us with our friends? My boyfriend, male 34, and I, female 30, were at a festival this weekend and have been staying at his friend's house since we're out of town. We've been dating for 6 years, and he's always had a weird thing about his phone. We finally decided to make a big move in our relationship this year, and I moved in with him. I relocated, since he lived in a different town. This is a big deal, since we don't take moves like this in our relationship lightly. However, he's still very weird about his phone. If mine isn't handy, I need to look up something on Google Maps or on the internet. He'll be right over my shoulder, and/or will cut my time on his phone short.
That's an orangutan monkey.
Gosh dang it, Austin, let me
That's
talk.
an orangutan
Let me talk!
monkey.
Let me talk! Let me talk, little boy. Let me talk. Let me speak. Damn it. Let me speak, damn it. That's what I thought.
Two.
Damn, that's still working? Alright. Anyway. Last night, my phone was at the very bottom of my bag. And we all... God dang it, bro! Shut it!
Ever.
Okay, bro. You're making me mad.
Two.
What the fuck's Discord? That Discord? Wait, what the heck are you doing, bro? Let me speak. Let me speak, bro. Let me cook. There. Fucking might have fixed it. Ow, shit. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties here. I was downloading a game. It might have ruined it a little bit. You know, it'll probably fix itself in a moment. You know, we'll just wait a little bit. So, how's your day been? Hopefully good. Thanks for watching. You know, make sure to watch my... I'm back.
back? Oh.
Yeah, okay. I think I fixed it. I unplugged my Xbox. Hopefully I fixed it.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna restart since we've been having issues on this. Am I the asshole for getting myself a hotel room after my boyfriend snatched his phone out of my hands when I wanted to take a photo of us with our friends? My boyfriend, male 34, and I, female 30, were at a festival this weekend and have been staying at his friend's house since we're out of town. We've been dating for 6 years and he's always had a weird thing about his phone. We finally decided to make a big move in our relationship this year and I moved in with him and relocated since he lived in a different town. This is a big deal since we don't take moves like this in our relationship lightly. However, he's still very weird about his phone. If mine isn't handy and I need to look up something on Google Maps or on the internet, he'll be right over my shoulder and / or will cut my time on this phone short. Last night, my phone's at the very bottom of my bag, and we all wanted to take a photo together. So I grabbed his phone for a quick photo, and he ripped it out of my hands so fast it was embarrassing. I was so upset I left and got myself a hotel for the night. He's now gaslighting me, telling me that I'm paranoid one, but I'm standing my ground, telling him his actions aren't normal unless he's hiding something from me. I'm not really sure how to feel, and I'm stuck in a car with him for 4 more days on our way back home. Am I the asshole? Edit for update. Wow, thanks you all for the comments, everyone. I didn't expect the volume of attention on this. One thing is for sure, it's a touchy subject no matter what side you're on. The nudes thing. We were in a long-distance relationship for 5 years, so it's common for us to send each other photos during the week to keep things spicy. Due to iCloud syncing and everything, it makes it hard to keep up with what's in your gallery or not. I had this issue too, which is why I started a new Apple ID when I got my new phone. I've had my iPhone since my early 20s and I wasn't always on the ball deleting things. This is why nothing synced and now I had control over what was on my phone. I'm still splitting on my thoughts about this. Your mind can go to the worst outcome in situations like this, but I had similar reactions to people touching my phone before I changed my Apple ID and started over. So I can certainly understand his perspective. We're not in a good place, and I've talked calmly about this. He wants to work on his anxiety about his phone and wants to work on not being so addicted to it, in his own words. Thank you again for all your inputs, and have a great day. So, Austin, is this person the asshole?
I don't even know, to be honest.
What?
I mean, they're down bad freaky, but I can be down bad freaky too, but I don't know.
Eh. He has a right to privacy, I guess, but, I mean, that's a little over. What the? Man, you good? I don't know. Personally, I think it's a little much to snatch your phone from someone. Since, I mean, most likely it's just your nudes on the pictures.
I was cheating on that cocaine. He's cheating with her
But I
on
mean, if
cocaine.
anything, God dang, Austin. I feel like playing Far Cry 4 while listening to me speak is not helpful for you.
It's not.
It's not, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You wanted on this. You asked me to do this.
I want this. I just told you it would have been easier for you.
I know. Let's move on here. Let's move on there. Gotta scroll down to the goddamn bottom of the subreddit again.
Ow!
Here we are. Next post. God dang my voice.
No flip. Oh.
Am I the asshole for breaking off my wedding because of my fiance's bachelor party? Me and my fiance have been together for 2 years. It was our wedding eve and I was having my bachelorette party and he was having his bachelor party. So my bachelorette party was just a little thing with some of my girlfriends and a family at my home with drinks that my family put together for me. On the other hand, my fiance's bachelorette party was at a bar with a huge party, which is perfectly fine with me. But halfway into the party, my friend runs up to me with a video of my fiance getting a lap dance from one of the girls there. Then showed the next video. These were on Snapchat stories. The video was my fiance looking a mixed drink off a girl's breast, and another video of him making out with a girl, and then another girl right after. I was upset and confronted my fiance about it when he got home the day of our wedding. He got all offensive and said, "It's what guys do on bachelor party nights. The last night we have being single, babe." He was hungover and I was furious because I understand, but you just don't go out making with girls and licking drinks off their breasts. I just decided to try and forget it and go on with the wedding until he was in the shower and his phone kept going off. We do have a rule where we don't go through each other's phones unless there's a reason. We have to let other people know if we're going to go through them. I wasn't going to touch it, but I kept going off with people sending him photos on his phone from the night before, so I decided to look at the videos and see if I missed anything. There's some photos of my fiance in bed with two girls with no clothes, and I turned his phone off, went to the bathroom, told him the wedding had off, and I need time to process what has happened. He asked why, and I said, look at your phone and see. He then changed the whole subject and went insane over the searching phone rule. I told him boyfriends don't fuck other girls just because it's there last night. As not a husband. He cussed me and then begged for me to keep the wedding on. I walked out and said no. It's been 2 days now, and his family is upset with me because I called off the wedding too soon and ruined their son's day, and everyone was at my bachelorette parties on my side saying it's his fault and needs to realize he's in the wrong. Should I talk to him about it and reschedule a wedding? I do love him, but I'm not sure if this is a red flag that can lead him into the future with him. Am I the asshole? Edit 1. I thought about it and read the comments. I'm going to have a talk with him to move his things out of the house because I'm the one who bought and paid the bills on it. I don't want him in my life, and the comments made me realize it was a huge mistake to ever even think of putting the wedding back on. Thank you. Edit 2. I know everyone's confused about the other post I had made and deleted. It wasn't me with my baby, it was my sister. She had to post. Me posted because she felt like she was at the a-hole and she didn't need to post sorry for the complications. Yes, I know my family's messed up a little. Now, honestly, that's that correct move right there. That was the correct move. Yeah. Did you not hear it all the way?
Yeah, I heard it all the way.
Okay. Man, that was a correct move to get rid of that man. Huh?
You know what I'd do?
What?
I'd glue his balls to the side of his thighs.
Honestly, I think he kind of deserves that. Like, I'm not wrong. I'm not even gonna disagree. I tell you to lower down your thing. You know that if he does that once, if he does that once, you know he's gonna do it again.
Chop his ding dong off.
That's just signs of being a cheater.
You just chop his ding dong off.
Personally,
cheater, nah.
I ain't even letting him get his stuff back. I'm throwing him out onto the street. I'm throwing all his items out, and we're gonna break them. I don't deal with those type of people. My throat is insanely dry. And dang it, I'm gonna go get another goddamn. Oh shit! Alright, I'm gonna go get another goddamn water. Goddamn, that's old. I've never had my throat be this dry before. I've never read this much out loud. Alright, am I the asshole for not wanting my husband's autistic daughter to live with us? My husband is quite a lot older than I am. He's in his mid-60s while I'm in early 40s. What the? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We recently moved into our dream home, a little house in the country nearby to a family, and just the perfect size garden for what we wanted. There is enough room for a greenhouse and a little vegetable patch, as well as a good-sized workshop. I do pottery, and my husband does some woodworking. The wood shop space is a dual use for both of us. Now, my husband was married before and has 2 children from his previous marriage. His oldest daughters are in her late 20s, has been diagnosed with autism quite late on. She's currently living partly with her ex-wife in her house and stays with us on most weekends, though she also spends the week with us too sometimes, as her ex stays with her partner and rents out her house on Airbnb. He, without speaking to me about this previously, announced to her that she can live in our garden. He will turn our workshop space to a little house for her. I mean, I love this lady, I think she's great, but I don't want to give up my workshop space, nor do I want anyone living in my garden. I like my personal space. I feel like it's putting a lot of pressure on me. My husband's a lot older than me, and I know he'll likely pass before me. I want to stay in my home for the rest of my life, spend retirement in my workshop with a pottery wheel and my cats. It would cost a lot of money to convert the workshop into a livable space. There's no utilities other than power at the moment, and due to the placement of the workshop from the house, we couldn't connect up to sewers, so we'd have to dig across other people's property. I'm not even sure it's legal to convert a space like this to a livable space in the UK.
God dang, man, you glitching. Oh!
Okay, we don't have the money to pay for this, but his ex-partner's parents have offered to pay, which makes me feel even worse. I explained to him that I don't want to give this up. It's been my dream, and we moved here specifically for the workshop only a few years ago, and now I'm going to have it taken away. Also, it limits my opportunity to move to somewhere else at any point, especially as I feel that I owe people money for the conversation they paid for. and I essentially had to kick out his daughter from her home if I wanted to move. Husband says I'm being selfish and that she couldn't live anywhere else because of her autism. She can never get a job and afford her house herself. I understand that she wants her own space now she's becoming more independent and he wants her to nearby, but I don't think living in her garden is her answer. Am I being an asshole? Honestly, I'd probably say no. That's pretty fair. Also, are you watching YouTube? Bro, I swear to God, bro. You gotta pay attention to this stuff. This is important. Really shows
was paying attention.
Alright,
I
so,
was paying so much attention.
Alright, do you need me to go over it one more time?
Absolutely not.
Okay. I mean, I just make it like really short, like a sentence long, if you need a refresher.
I say we kill the dynamite.
I feel like you had no clue what happened.
No, I understand what happened.
Oh.
See, the autistic woman
Autistic,
tried to. I can say whatever the hell I want to say, but yeah, the autistic woman tried to flip in orangutan herself into a family like that, orangutan, but it didn't happen. And they broke up, had a successful breakup, and flipping went downhill ever since then. And everybody's been dying since COVID-19.
I don't know how that has to relate, but yes. I'll say, I'd say you're not the asshole, you know. I think that daughter is just trying to be a freeloader and needs to get some work done. You know, I mean, if you can function enough where you can speak and move, I think you should be able to at least get a job. You know, I mean, you know, that guy from The Good Doctor did it. I'm sure everyone else could. So I gotta say, I'm gonna get canceled for this.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna get canceled today.
Yeah, I'm getting canceled for that one.
Just remember this, Justice. We're getting canceled for this one, but yet the next one we probably won't get canceled for. You know why? Because I am LeBron James.
I don't think you're LeBron James.
Listen here, young boy. We're gonna do what we tell us to back in Vietnam, boy. They told us to run, hide, shoot, and fire. You know what that meant?
You never lived in Vietnam. You never lived in Vietnam.
I did.
You didn't, though.
I did.
Okay.
You wanna know how you make napalm?
What? No, honestly, I don't know how to make napalm.
Don't worry about that.
So, honestly, we're gonna have a little bit more in there thing. Am I the asshole for telling my wife she's in a size small anymore? I've noticed that she wears clothing that's obviously not her size anymore, which is fine. However, she made me to be the bad guy when I pointed out that the lingerie she wore would look better if she got one that was her size. She meant to wear it when I got home, but never did because... What?
Are you sure you don't want to know?
I don't think I need to know how napalm's made, Austin.
You need diesel, fill it halfway of whatever container, put styrofoam in it, and that's how you make it.
That ain't no way that's how... Okay, hold on here. There ain't no way that's how you make napalm.
I'm dead straight serious.
There ain't no way. Diesel's barely a flammable. I mean, it is, but it's not as much as gasoline.
But we're probably talking styrofoam. It'll burn about half the day.
Make napalm. Alright, everyone, let's move on to our next.
I'm willing to go as long as we can, boy.
I don't know how long we can go.
I'm ready to get down frisky with it, homeboy.
I don't know how long we can go, Bran. I've never went above 30 minutes before, and we're about at an hour. Alright. Am I the asshole for venting about my wife's incontinence? Word to others. Prior to her getting sick... Oh, wait, hold on. My wife and I are both 51 years old. Prior to her getting sick, we had a great marriage. My wife is the best cook, and Always had our lives organized and running without a hitch, without ever coming off like she was micromanaging. We also both were achieving high professionals. She was an editor at a New York magazine. I'm an environmental consultant. Then in late 2022, she was diagnosed with stage 3 esophageal cancer. She had to have surgery and could no longer work. She changed greatly. Before she was a confident, fun person. After that, it was like she saw the entire world to be something she needed to protect herself from. There's days that would take with a smile on her face, like me forgetting to go to the grocery store, or because I travel for work, missing the last train from DC back to New York and needing to delay my arrival by another day. Now it became things that make her upset. There's nothing more frustrating than running into traffic, missing your friend, and dealing with her crying about being alone. My wife usually has a caregiver, but not 24/7. The hardest part of her cancer is that besides the physical toll, there are a lot of unpleasant smells, namely feces and urine. She suffers from incontinence. But from what I understand, isn't 100%. She can't control these functions. She used adult diapers, but even those don't fully match the smell. I've been away for both work and vacationing with friends for the last 2 months, but our last fight started because my wife had changed out of her diaper and said she'd be fine in a few minutes. The diapers were in our bathroom, and I asked her several times whether she was fine. So I went to the bathroom. When I came out, I got assaulted by the strong stench and sight of feces on the bed. I asked her so many times that she was frustrated. She yelled she couldn't help it and asked me to help clean it up. We left on very bad terms. I was in London for work, and she was terse with me when I offered to send her a gift